In this video, we're going to discuss the topic blocks, which are the blocks that are in the center column, and specifically those that are underneath the top one, which we call the general summary block. So on Johanna's page, we have the topic blocks organized in collapsed topics format. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but if you click on the triangle next to any of the headers, you will see the content underneath it. So a couple things that you want to keep in mind is, first of all, you want to use your topic blocks for unit content only. So the title of your units will be the title of your topic blocks. Another thing to keep in mind is that you want to have your most current unit at the top. So you need to be fluent in how to move those topic blocks. So if I turn editing on, you will notice that next to each block on the left-hand side is an icon that looks like a crosshair. And if you want to move that entire block, it's very easy to do. So if the current unit is the nature of science, I could click, drag, touch the one above it, and drop, and they will exchange places, and now that will become the top block. Again, that's exactly how I do that if I'm going to exchange it and move the other one back. Now, if you look at Ms. Olson's page, you're going to notice that some of these blocks are hidden and some of them are showing. You can hide the blocks that you are currently not using, because that will make your page look a lot more clean, less scroll of death. So to hide an entire block, you click on the eyeball. So if I wanted to show that block, I would click on that eyeball and remove the slash through the eyeball. So that is how I hide that block. Please note that inside of the block, you will also, under the edit menu for each resource, have the ability to hide or show something as well. So when you're a teacher, you actually see all the blocks all the time, but those that are hidden do not appear to students. So to get an idea of what that looks like, you can always go to your administration block. You can switch your role to that of a student. And I'm going to close all these blocks, and you'll notice that the page just looks a lot cleaner because the students are only seeing the information that is pertinent to them at any given time. And so they don't quite have the scroll of death that the teacher does. All right, the next thing that we're going to talk about is the labels within a block. You are going to be asked to only use 2 labels underneath the topic block, one for resources and one for assignments. Anything that you put under the assignments label is potentially a greater or a more detailed description of something that students are required to turn in that you're going to grade and you're going to post scores in Infinite Campus. That's the definition of assignment, something that ultimately reflects the grade as entered into Infinite Campus. All other things should be organized under resources. And if you have more than 10 things under each of those items, you're going to be encouraged to put them into a folder so you do not have, again, a long list that's hard to navigate through. So this is a really good example right here of a page or a topic block that has assignments and has a folder with more things in it. So when I click on the folder, she doesn't have anything in there, but she could link to other items in the description field up above, or she could add PDFs or other files by clicking the edit button and dragging and dropping files in that portion or in that box to make them available within that folder. So I'm going to go back to Olson's homepage and talk a little bit about how you get these labels. If you turn your editing on, and you go under add an activity or a resource, down at the bottom you have the option to add a label. A label is really just a text box in that topic block. So I'm going to cancel that. Once you have your labels, because in this case she formatted them, she made them bold and italics. If you want to do that for all of your different blocks, you can go under the edit button and you can duplicate it. And then you can use your drag button to drag it to the topic block below it. That way you're not doing the same thing over and over again. Just duplicate what you did once with the formatting you used in that label.